Well, she's back. I didn't even warn you that I'd be right back, but I'm going to do, I hope, because I just pushed that on and back off, and it looked like I may not have been recording. I just did what I felt like was a really good outcome for a video, and I hope I got it. I hope it was on, and I hope it got recorded. But I'm not going to take it down and check it. I got everything set up, so I'm going to go ahead and see what's going on in the next. I usually do what's going on in the White House, but God, that's a cluster F right now, so let's just do Trump. What's going on with Trump for the next month? What's going on with Trump for the next month? I'm going to do this 4 weeks across. For the next 4 weeks. That's 4 weeks to the election, almost to the day. Just a couple of days more than that, because tomorrow's the 3rd. What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? These cards are finally getting loose enough to shuffle. What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? What's going on with Trump for the next 4 weeks? We still got the Fool on the bottom. New beginnings, maybe really new beginnings. Man, anyway, I had a thought, but I don't want to say it out loud. Anyway, I don't believe in hell, but I still think there's a different place for people like him to go, him and Hitler and stuff. And according to a lot of my metaphysical tradings over my life, a lot of people do believe that there is a certain place, like there's different, like the Casey, some of the Casey readings, sometimes he'd refer to different planets they would send people to heal. Like if I think it was Saturn or something that they sent the people to start going back to work on their souls and to work through the energy. I mean, it's not like a human being walking around on Saturn. I'm not trying to say that, but the energy form of the entity. But anyway, it was an interesting theory. So, what's going on with Trump for the next 4 months? We've got out in the cold for the past, recent past. Somebody's going to make him an offer. Let's hope it's to leave. The challenge is it makes everybody happy, so that offer must be for him to leave. Or maybe they talk him out of it, because sometimes this is a Republican card, and here's the White House. So the first week he ain't leaving. I don't know what they're offering him. Maybe this is some of the medications that's going on now in the present. Or maybe he really doesn't even have the COVID and he's sitting in there trying to figure out what to do. Who knows? But here's the challenge is the people just don't want him anymore. And then we've got the future for him, he thinks, is the White House. So that's what's going on in his head. He thinks this, whatever is going on now, whether it's a real sickness or whether he's just pulling this, he thinks it's going to help him regain the White House. So that's what's going on this week. That's what's on the top of his mind while he still has time to think. And believe me, he's tweeting tonight, so he ain't that frickin' sick. So, he may not even be sick. So then this is the first week of October. And this is the second week. Well, that's the COVID card. The Knight of Swords. So I'm going to go quit fighting it and say, assume he does have COVID. And I'm going to say by this about 7 days away from now that it's going to come on him strong. It's going to come in really strong. And but I still feel like he's worrying about the money. So he's not out of his head sick, it doesn't look like. Looks like justice is coming through. And we as humans don't know what justice is. But if justice comes through for him, it will not be him even going up in the polls at all. We know that. So I think there's more coming. COVID's coming on him. Just because he's in the hospital, the news doesn't stop. More stuff comes out about the money. This is the second week of October. More stuff comes out about the money. More stuff about more trouble that he's in with money or something else he's done, which is probably slimier than money. Of course, everything he does has to do with money. All of his slime. But anyway, and by the end of the second week, there's more news coming in from overseas. More news coming in from overseas about Trump. And in the beginning of the third week, somebody's making him an offer, so maybe he's feeling better. There's an offer there. I don't think there's any way he'd be the King of Wands. But somebody of authority is making him an offer on the third week. There's Biden. Maybe that's Mike Pence and Biden. Although I didn't see, there was no, if there was a decision made, it was like he just decided he left. There was no death card or anything here. So by the third week of October, we got Biden talking to Pence. What's going on here? We got Biden talking to somebody in authority in the Republican Party. Biden and Kamala. So what I get out of this third week is people still haven't forgot what a brat Trump is. I'm just going to say brat. I'm starting to feel guilty. I thought if something happens to him, you're going to feel bad. But if it ends up saving over 100,000 people from getting COVID, no, I wouldn't feel bad at all. If that's what has to happen to wake people up. So the fourth week in October, the week leading up to the election, we got the thief card. So what's going on with him? He must be better. Somebody's made him an offer and he's trying to figure out what he can steal on his way out. And that is him, and he's feeling better. So it looks like he makes it through here. He is worried about going to jail. And he's one unhappy puppy. He's really worried about going to jail. So it looks like whatever this is with this sickness, that even though he's feeling really sick maybe tonight, even if he's pulling this off for bullshit, he's worried about getting sick. That's why he got out of the White House. He still thinks he's got a chance to get the White House, but the COVID does come in. And if it doesn't, we're doing this on him, so I think it's for him or either somebody in his family. Still trying to figure out how to get out of there. This is the second week with money. Justice is right on his ass. He's thinking about maybe moving overseas. Somebody makes him an offer, and here's Pence and Biden and Kamala Harris, so it's something to do with the presidency. Then he's trying to get out of there with everything he can. Here's the thief card, and it's definitely him. He's right next to him, feeling better, conniving already, worried about going to jail, and a broken man. So anyway, I hope that's answered the question I asked. It looks like the rose garden will be restored. That was on the other reading. If it comes out, I'm not even sure that other reading came out. I hope it did. And well, at least it looks like he's, in these cards, it doesn't look like he's going to succumb. It looks like maybe if he's only teasing about having COVID, that he might have it. And it may be a little bit hard on him for a while, but there wasn't any dire cards in here, so it looks like he's going to, if he's just trying to pull something or if he's really got it, either way, that he's going to survive it and come out of there still in the modus operandi of seeing who he can screw out of what before he goes out the door. So that's my reading, and I'm sticking to it, and I love y'all. And remember, a personal reading is lynntarotreadings@gmail.com. And get a hold of me, and I'll set you up with a reading. I did one tonight. I absolutely loved it. Anyway, good night, everybody. I love you.